This then, I'll start mine.
All right, we're live.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Okay.
Welcome. I am Bridget from 5D Health. I'm here with Alex and Jamie, Whole Health Collective.
Hey. Hi, guys.
Welcome. Today we're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff, but mainly about how we all have one thing in common. We all did the heavy metal detox, and we all had life-changing events happen from it. So I'll let you guys go.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear Bridget? Just wanting to make sure. Can I heavy metal detox a 6-month-old? Yes, you can. So that's my cue. So my name is Jamie. I'm known as MTHFR Mama on Instagram and on TikTok, except my page, I was at 350,000 followers, just got taken down, unfortunately. But what the heck? Yeah, what the heck? But that's okay. That's what happens when you're helping people and telling people the truth, right? So we're just gonna start over. But yeah, so that's who I am, and my page was brought about when I had my daughter, and she was almost 2 years old, and we had went to the pediatrician's office. This was in the middle of the shutdown, so everybody was, separated. I wasn't around kids a lot in my life. I didn't know what was normal and what wasn't, and they had told me that she should be talking. She should be saying 100 words by now, and she was nonverbal. And, as you can imagine, this was extremely alarming for me. They didn't give me any solutions whatsoever. They just kind of gave me a pat on my butt and was like, well, we'll see you back at your next well visit. And if she isn't talking by then we will screen her for autism. And that was it. And I was like, I'm sorry. That's it. That's what you got for me? Okay, cool. And so my intuition, you could call it God, you could call it intuition, whatever it was, there was a voice inside of me that said, heavy metal detox her. And I didn't know anything about heavy metal detoxing. What I did know is that in the autism mama community, I had heard about heavy metal detoxing their children and it really, really helping them. So that's where my mind went. And I did a lot of research. I looked at all of these different companies for different zeolite products. And it was like 4 or 5 companies. And there was only one company that I felt comfortable going with. And that's the route that we went. And specifically because if anybody knows about zeolite, number one, the supplement industry is the wild, wild west. Okay. So, and I know that. So you can't just go willy-nilly on Amazon buying zeolite, okay? And so I found this company that looked really good to me. And they had the PubMed studies, and they had the white papers, and they had the lab analysis, and it wasn't going to remove essential minerals from the body because this zeolite has calcium, magnesium, potassium, and sodium inside of its cage. So when you spray it in your mouth, okay, it's a tasteless mouth spray, and so it's fantastic for children. And when you spray it in your mouth, it gets absorbed into the bloodstream. And so it's going everywhere the blood goes, cleansing all of the organs. And so when it comes into contact with something, a toxin, all toxins hold a positive charge, okay? When it comes in contact with a toxin, it gives the mineral through cation exchange, like a magnet, and takes that toxin. So that's why I felt comfortable using it.
Gobbles it right up.
Yeah. And then you pee and poop it out in 6 hours. Mm-hmm. And so I used that with my almost 2-year-old, and she started talking. Well, it was day 4. She said no. And I have a video of that. It blew. I was like, what? What did you say? No. She was like, no. And I was like, oh my God. Day 5, she was saying like 6 words. She pooped parasites on day 2 of using the drops. And so you know, what happens in the digestive system is heavy metals become embedded in the digestive system. Okay, they tear holes in the intestines, causing leaky gut. So toxins from food. If anybody has food sensitivities, okay, you eat something and you feel like crap after, this is most likely leaky gut. All right, and Candida will do that as well. It will puncture holes in the intestines. Okay, so they get in, the heavy metals become embedded in the digestive system. They do cause constipation, and it feeds parasites. It's a breeding ground for parasites because parasites eat heavy metals. They thrive in a toxic environment. So does Candida, and they use heavy metals to create biofilm, which is like this clear, sticky substance, which is disgusting when you like pee it out. You're like, what is this? Because most women, by the way, have toxic uteruses. Okay. From all of tampons in the past that they spray with Roundup, guys. They're spraying the cotton. It's the most heavily sprayed plant in the world, or in the U.S. So anyways, I was using, we can get into my testimonial a little later, but when I started using this, I got my libido back. I have no period pain anymore. And I had biofilm coming out. So yes, parasites in the uterus as well from having toxic loads. So anyways, constipation is caused by parasites in the small intestine. So when we have these children, they have severe constipation issues. Yeah, it's going to be diet. But if it's not diet, it's heavy metal toxicity. It's a toxic gut. So poop parasites on day 2. I mean, everything was a wrap after that. I was like, I bought a 5-pack. I just signed up as an affiliate. I said, this is my path now. I need to help these children. And I haven't looked back since.
Yeah. Well, that's what you do when you're faced with like a cure for, or like a miracle,
right?
Right. For your child. It's like you don't just sit there and hold that info in.
No.
It's like you feel like it's your duty. It's your duty.
It is.
Yeah. This is what you were, and I feel born to do this now.
Well,
after I've taken it.
Tell us about your experience. Tell us.
Yes.
So everybody,
hi guys.
Yeah, this is.
Hey guys, I'm Jamie's friend. I'm Alex. So I have been using PBX. So I heard about PBX like from 5 years ago when Jamie first started taking it, and Charlie, and I wasn't sold on it, I wasn't gonna lie, like I was in the matrix thinking, and I go to the gynecologist because just an annual visit. They tell me there's a lump in my breast. I need to get all this imaging done. They're like, this doesn't look good. Next test, it's cancer, breast cancer. Next test, it's stage 4 breast cancer. It had metastasized to my liver. They gave me a 20% chance of living 5 years. It's been, I think, it's 2.5 years, going on 3 years that I've had this diagnosis. But since I've taken this heavy metal detox, my tests and my scans have shown huge shrinkages in the lesions in my liver, to the point that they're just like, they can't really believe it. They're like, you're doing great. And I'm like, I mean, this is what I'm doing. They're like, don't stop doing it, and it's crazy that it didn't come from my doctor. I've taken medications from the doctor, and every test said stable, stable, stable. I bring in the heavy metal detox and a milk thistle tincture. And then now they're like, where are they?
Yeah. Cleansing your liver.
Cleansing my liver. I think that there was a lot of blockages in my liver.
Yes.
And I think that the detox and the milk thistle helped clear those pathways.
Yeah.
And so now that everything's moving, like flowing through, like my immune system's working the way that it should be. I don't really get sick.
Yeah.
And I feel great. I don't have cancer, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Like it's just not there. Like,
because it's toxicity.
You know what I mean?
Because it's actually toxicity. When the liver gets backed up with toxins, that's what the body does. And it takes the toxins and it makes them, encapsulates them as tumors. Okay,
it's protecting. It's your body protecting.
Really good, but we shouldn't freaking label it. We should say, okay, change the diet. heavy metal detox,
Yeah.
detox,
Well,
support your liver.
And I also want to say that this might not be the case for anyone.
Right.
This is just my situation
Right.
and what has helped me. But at the same time, I feel the need to go out and tell people because this shit changed my freaking life. Something that I fought for 5 years, you know, and then I'm faced with this, and it's like you try everything at that point.
Yeah.
Like when you're me, you know,
Right.
you just are willing to do anything. And it's just, this is a product that the three of us all have in common.
Yeah.
Like we've all benefited from this. And like we haven't even got to your story. I want to hit Bridget.
Yeah, let's hit Bridget.
And then we'll circle back to Jamie's personal.
Yeah.
More about her personal journey.
Oh my God. Yeah. I started probably like 2 years ago because I had leaky gut, digestive issues, horrible diarrhea. I mean, so what, right?
Call it what it is.
Right. It was just really bad all the time. And I felt like shit. Food sensitivities. Low energy. Rashes was one thing for me. Like all over my face. I had flare-ups on my face. I had rashes on my hands, all over my body. Couldn't get rid of them. Tried everything you can possibly imagine to get rid of them. I started the heavy metal detox probably a year and a half ago for the first time, and it cleared up my rashes, and that was the first side, like the first benefit I got from it. And I was like, oh my God, this is the only thing that has ever worked. So, but then I stopped taking it, and I stopped taking it. I want to say I did it for 6 months, and then I stopped. And eventually, like after like 3 or 4 months, like I started getting rashes again and shit. Now that's when I was like, all right, I'm all in, and I'm going to continue this because now I know what the solution was. And over time, it's been probably almost a year since I got back on it. I have to say, between heavy metal detox, getting Clonics once a month, and I've done ASEA, you know about ASEA. I've done ASEA for the last year. So I can't pinpoint exactly what is doing what, but I can tell you that my gut is healed. It's healed. Like, no lie, I do not suffer when I eat anymore. I can eat whatever I want and not feel like shit afterwards. I can go to the bathroom like a normal person, not have to worry about, running to the bathroom. My belly is not bloated like it was. All my rashes, I mean, you see my face, it's pretty clear.
Yeah, you're
pretty clear. It was so bad for a long time. I have pictures of this stuff. So, yeah, I mean, for me, this is it. This is the stuff. This really does work. I even have my child who's 7, who's like telling people, you should detox. Like, you should detox. He does, yeah, because she detox too. Shay absolutely loves it. So I don't do Shay like consistently every single day for like the last year, but we do like weeks on, weeks off, weeks on, weeks off. And when her black bags start to come back is when I know that, okay, she needs a little bit of detox. And Shay really, really gets the detox side effects because she's got, a toxic load.
Yeah. Why don't you just keep it on? You should just keep it on.
You're right. I know I should. It's more of just like a forgetful thing, but yeah, no, definitely. She does so well on it. And Brookie eats pretty well, but Brookie does do the detox too. Brookie's 13. So I don't give a shit. I will not stop eating this stuff for the rest of my life. Honestly, I won't.
I feel that.
It's literally a miracle thing. I love it.
Well, we're just constantly exposed to toxins. This earth is way too toxic for organic human beings like us, and especially our children.
Yeah. It used to be.
Yeah, that's right. And I wanted to talk about this too when we're talking about like gut issues with children and constipation and things like that. It's the baby food pouches, the baby food, Gerber, Earth's Best. What are some of the other ones? They are all full of heavy metals. They were all on the news for alarming amounts of heavy metals in them. So it's the baby food, it's the formula, it's the water, it's in the air, right? With the weather modification program. Okay, we're constantly breathing in heavy metals. Okay, so and then to boot, as women, what's happened is we're seeing the 4th generation of toxic exposure. It started 4 generations ago with our great grandparents. Okay.
Yeah, the Industrial Revolution.
That's right, the Industrial Revolution, and so we literally detox into our babies. Okay,
Oh, there's no sound.
When we're pregnant. Shoot, that happens sometimes. That happens. I don't know why. Here.
You can restart.
Yeah.
Yours, yeah, and now and then restart.
Share. Okay. Yeah. So we literally detox into our children. Okay, which is I haven't heard a gynecologist tell me or an OB tell me to detox before getting pregnant. That is something that needs to be done. We need to be doing that. So, but anyways, mercury passes down 3 generations. So do all the other toxins. Okay, and then now we're seeing the 4th generation, which is our children, and they are suffering. They are suffering because of the diet, but they are suffering because of the heavy toxic load. And this is where we're seeing the diagnoses, the mental disorders, the gut issues, all
inflammation.
Yeah, allergies.
Pain that they don't know where the pain's coming from.
Yeah, the big C word, right? We're seeing
still no sound.
Oh, it sucks.
We'll have to
I wonder why.
But we'll have it here for you all,
Okay.
I suppose.
Yeah, okay. That really, really sucks.
You can tell them to go to Facebook.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, there we go.
Collective. We're live.
There we go. There you go. Post that. And then just keep it up for a few minutes.
Okay. Can I pin it?
There we go. Okay, so we'll just leave it there for a second. But yeah, so we're in the 4th generation of the toxins being passed down, and just to kind of recap, we're seeing autism, we're seeing mental mood disorders, we're seeing pandas from over antibiotic usage, okay,
Adrenal fatigue,
nervous systems all out of whack. We're seeing all of these things in our children, and it is nutrient and mineral deficiencies, and it is a heavy toxic load. That's what it is. Done. Figured it out.
So why aren't they treating that?
Because there's no money.
No, I know.
No money
Makes
in
me
that.
mad.
We need to,
So mad.
Yeah, we need to start with the diet, heal the gut. So we talk about ASD, okay, and this is from, I'm not making any claims, this is from my own personal experience, and knowledge working with my partner and clinical herbalist who does help children with autism and healing their symptoms. That encompasses the ASD diagnosis, okay, which is mold, heavy metal toxicity, Clostridium, issues with the dopamine pathway, methylation issues, always gut issues, candida and parasites. Okay, so it's not the same for every child.
Yeah,
it's gonna, but those are the symptoms.
It's good to start there, though.
That's where you start knocking these out and healing those.
Yeah, for anyone, even with no diagnosis.
Even with anybody.
Anybody who's anybody. Like, if you want, I don't know. I'm trying to live a long time here. I'm trying to get healthy.
Yeah.
And when I'm healthy, I'm happy. And when I'm happy, other people are happy.
That's right. That's right.
It's this whole encompassing. It's 5D health.
Yeah,
is what
it is 5D health.
5D health.
Yeah.
Love it so much. So you're saying, Jamie, that so autism or the diagnosis, some of them are just literally from having a heavy toxic load, because you've witnessed like many people come to you and tell you
heavy metals displace minerals in the body. I mean, it'll also settle in the midline of the brain, disconnecting the right and left hemisphere. The baseline, issue we're talking about is going to be both. It's going to be nutrient mineral deficiencies and a heavy toxic load, and they play off of each other. And then invites in candida, and then invites in parasites, and that's where mold can thrive. If you happen to, you know, if you get some mold in your house, like we got the perfect storm for Lyme disease. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I can tell you, I had some experience passing parasites. So yes, this heavy metal detox spray will make you pass parasites, right? Because parasites feed on heavy metals. So when you
Well, you're taking the food. It also will bind the zeolite will bind to them because they eat heavy metals, right? So they're kind of full of heavy metals.
Little leeches.
Yeah. So it will bind to them, kind of tear them apart. The fulvic will do that as well. But it's also ripping the biofilm apart because the biofilm is made of heavy metals and toxins. So your immune system can now find them and push them out. That's why it's, you know, it's really a pain in the butt to get them too, is because of the biofilm. Your immune system doesn't recognize it as a, you know, pathogen or intruder.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, and you're cleaning the terrain, so you're not a hospitable, you know, host any longer.
Right. Yeah. I can tell you I feel so much better. I took a picture and I think I sent it to you, Jamie, when I
You
originally
did. That was like one of the longest worms I think I've ever seen.
I know.
You? Yeah, it was like this long, wasn't it? But it was like folded over. She had it like with like a Q-tip.
Yes.
And it was like a foot
I'm not
long.
lying. I am not lying. It was, you can't even, my camera's not big enough, but I had it folded in half and it was literally, I turned around and I just started gagging like I was about to puke because I couldn't believe what the hell was happening. But listen to this. As soon as that happened, I dropped like 5 pounds just like that. And like everything got, I just lost so much inflammation. Like I was like just bloated before, like just bloated everywhere. My wrists, my ankles, like were just larger than they are now. And I don't know, ever since then, I feel good. I feel really good.
Well, the reason for that is because you had an overburdened liver with toxins. Okay, so that's why we get edema. That's why we swell. So our liver isn't functioning properly. And when you heavy metal detox, you're releasing the burden from the liver, and the liver can now function. You know, you had too many toxins going in versus what you could put out, and that's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to get edema really bad. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, really bad.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
That's
so
why
much sense.
pregnant women also get edema really bad. Okay.
What is that?
They need to detox.
Where your ankles will swell and you get a lot of swelling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's directly.
So with Charlie, do you still have her like doing the same regimen that you always had her doing?
Charlie gets 5 sprays a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Every day. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
She's pretty cleared of everything.
No, just once. Now she's just on that dosage. You know, just a preventative dosage. I take 10 sprays at a time. You know, it's once you really know about the product, it's just really like the safest thing in the world. You know, so yeah, she does 5 every day.
Awesome. And you haven't seen any like new parasites come back or anything?
No, I haven't.
Wow.
I know. She does the fulvic. She does 2 dropperfuls of the fulvic as well, which healed her leaky gut as well. If you use the fulvic, you know, I would recommend 8 drops 3 times a day for a month. Seal up your leaky gut first and then detox. Yeah, but always use fulvic. It should be in our soil. Our minerals are gone from the soil. The fulvic is gone from the soil. So, you know, when you talk about babies using fulvic and PBX, it's safe for infants, safe for pets, everybody. But the fulvic, you just think about it like this. They would be getting fulvic naturally as soon as they start eating foods. So, you know, the amount is going to be a little different for a little younger kids, you know, 18 months and under. I would just do like 3 drops. 3 drops a day would be sufficient.
So you were telling, I've heard you say before, but maybe you can explain to me again. Our babies get our toxic loads from us, right?
Yes.
Really? So anything that I had, I passed on to my children.
Yeah, it's like bad news, right? It's pretty bad news. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then on top of everything else, which we know with
Right.
children, okay, and you know those appointments and things like that.
Cupcakes.
Yeah. So that's why we need to, that's why we need to detox our kids.
Should you heavy metal
Okay, wait.
detox?
We have some questions here. Someone is asking, can I use the product while on blood thinners? Yeah.
I'm on blood thinners and I use the product.
Okay.
To be honest.
Yeah. There are the only contraindications, okay, are going to be a kidney transplant, dialysis,
medications with heavy metals, but
right.
Who knows what that is? I've asked my doctor. He didn't know.
No, you can call your pharmacist. You don't want to take PBX if you have medications that have active metals in them. If they do, you can take 6 hours apart. But here's the thing. The medications that have active metals in them are anxiety and antidepressants. They put heavy metals in those medications.
Do they really?
Yes. That's why people talk about being numb.
You know what? Yeah, I've heard of
Well, lithium's a metal.
Mm-hmm.
True. Very true. Yeah, I think like benzos, right? They definitely have those in there. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Okay, I have another question. Can I take it can it take a while to cleanse the parasites? My toddler has been on it for about 4 weeks. I haven't seen anything in her diapers, but they smell awful.
Oh yeah, if they smell awful, we're getting lots of toxins out. Just everybody knows, yellow poop. Yellow is a sign of heavy metals. Okay, green poop is bacteria. We're really happy about that. But yeah, it can take a while. I would ask if they're using the fulvic. The fulvic is going to be pivotal, and so are the drops. So the green bottle for parasites and the fulvic. So these two are pivotal, okay? These are going to target the gut. But yeah, it can take a while, but, you know, also maybe she doesn't have a parasite infection as well.
Right, right. I mean, I know for me personally, it took a while.
It did?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, see, it was like instant for me.
Was it instant?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had definitely some stuff, but the parasite thing, it took a little bit for me to get them out. Okay, next question. Can you talk about children with pandas, and detoxing? My son is 7 and has PANS.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, I would really recommend you see my partner, Caitlin. She is reasonably priced, and she will see you over Zoom. PANS and pandas.
Caitlin's awesome.
Yes, she's amazing. She's the one who helps children heal from, you know,
everything.
Yes, everything. It is from overusage of antibiotics, okay, and heavy toxic load. That's really the baseline. Severe gut issues. Miralax usage will destroy the gut, okay? Antibiotics destroy the gut. So, you know, I would really focus on the gut, okay? I would do the fulvic minerals. I would try and seal that leaky gut up, but I would really want you to see her get on some heavy hitter pro and prebiotics and get the testing to see which strains there's an overabundance of and which strains there's like none of. And that's where you guys got to balance that out. You will see success with her, I promise, if you do what she says.
All right. Can a toddler who's on medication take this? She's diagnosed with anti-inflammatory disease.
Oh, your sweet baby. Yeah. Okay. So, yes. So all I would want you to do is make sure that there are not any active heavy metals. Call your pharmacist. Say, hey, are there any active metals in these medications my child is on? If they say yes, then you can give it to her 6 hours after the medication is given.
Okay. Tim World wants to know, why did my 8-year-old's lungs/breathing seemed a little heavy after taking for a week?
What happened to me, I mean, I had experience with that, but it was a lot of mucus coming up.
Yeah, that's a
I
huge
had
thing.
so much mucus coming up, but now I'm like,
it's going to be
okay.
It's going to be a Herxheimer reaction, and when I say reaction, it's just the body healing itself, okay? It's not actually a side effect or a reaction. That is terms that the pharmaceutical industry made up when they give you medications that throw your whole body off of whack and just cover up symptoms, okay? A Herxheimer reaction is when you start removing the toxic load from the body, and now the cells and the immune system can function properly. So a lot of kids with heavy toxic loads are sick all the time.
Well,
okay, they get the flu, like they get sick all the time. And when you remove the toxic load, the cells wake up and they start going to clean house. And so the just like that, the breathing, it's mucus coming up, right? Where we're expelling things, especially we have a lot of bacteria die off, we have a lot of pathogen die off. When they die, they release more toxins. All right, so it's really just the body cleaning up. And
it needs time to clean up.
It does. And when this happens, use a binder. The fulvic is a binder. It heals the gut. It's full of minerals. It enhances nutrient absorption in the cell. It supports mitochondrial function, giving mitochondria energy. It's going to heal leaky gut. It pushes out parasites. It balances the microbiome, okay? So this is something that we always want to utilize because our gut is our second brain. Literally, it's our second brain. So, making sure that we do that, and also upping the PBX sprays because, all right, so you say we use this and all of a sudden we take out toxins and now the cells are like, oh, I can function properly again. That's great. I'm going to go clean up. And then they kill things in the body, which release more toxins. So it only makes more sense. Use more of this. Grab them and pee them out. Or grab them and flush. Grab them and flush. So lots of water and up the sprays. Like I said earlier, I take 10 sprays myself. My daughter takes 5 sprays at a time. Up those sprays. It's the safest thing possible. I'm not giving any medical advice, right? This is my own experience. I have a lot of it. Wink, wink. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
People want to know. They're asking.
Yeah.
Okay, so using fulvic in drops. How much fulvic for a 20-month old?
20 months old. How would you like 5 or 6 drops?
Okay.
And then, you can work your child up to 2 dropperfuls. I mean, it comes from the earth. It's minerals. Our children are so mineral deficient. Let me just say something, guys. If your kids have teeth issues, if they're getting cavities, if their teeth are breaking, if they're crumbling, your child is severely mineral deficient. They're not getting a good diet full of minerals. And guys, it's hard to do these days. So get the minerals in them. Get the fulvic in them, within reason, right? Because we don't want to do it all at once. Work them up slowly. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would these help with food allergies and eczema? Been working on a 1-year-old since she was 7 months old.
Oh yes, eczema is huge. Okay, so eczema stems from a backed up liver full of toxins. Could be bacteria in the actual liver pathogens in the liver. Okay, and then also it usually stems from toxins in the digestive system that the skin is trying to push out so hard. The skin is the largest detox pathway we have. So it's trying so much without avail to push this out. And then a lot of times, the bacteria on the skin will poop, and that makes the eczema as well, unfortunately. Detox the body. The eczema will go away, but it will get worse before it gets better. So have some really amazing salve. Get an herbal salve. Body Love Vital. She's a herbalist, one of my friends. I love her. Caitlin, we can get you that salve from Caitlin. That stuff's unbelievable. So detox and use the salve.
Okay. One more question. Started the PBX and drops before I learned about the fulvic times 4 weeks. Should I stop the detox and do the fulvic for 4 weeks and then resume the detox?
That's what I would ask. How are you doing? Are you doing good? If you're doing good, then you're fine. The fulvic is if we have leaky gut. Okay, so what we're doing is sealing up the leaky gut first, so the die-off doesn't go throughout the bloodstream. All right, it's mostly for kids, so the kids they're not so uncomfortable when we're detoxing them. You want to seal that leaky gut up.
Yeah, and for me, because I struggled before the fulvic, and
You
that
did?
really helped me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was taking charcoal too to help.
Oh,
with the
good.
die off.
Yeah. See, Tim and I, we had severe die off in our gut. Yeah, we did. But now
It's uncomfortable.
it is. Well,
But
yeah.
but that's healing.
Well, what I mean by that is it was just pain. It was just pain in the stomach. It wasn't like I was sick, I was throwing up. It wasn't
No, I
anything.
wasn't throwing up. I was going to the bathroom and I had a low grade fever.
Yeah, yep. Throwing up a lot, or not throwing up, going to the bathroom a lot. If any of our kids have a fever, cut an onion in a moon shape and stick it on their feet.
Even an adult.
And adults. Oh, if
It's
anybody has a
amazing.
fever, if anybody's ever sick,
It's
put those
amazing.
onions on the bottom of your feet, throw a saran wrap, throw a sock on it, go to bed. You'll wake up better, I promise.
Mhm.
And for kids, in an hour, their fever will be down.
Wow.
Because that happened to me.
It's pulling toxins and poison out of your feet. Those are the largest pores you have in your body.
I have to say, my kids haven't even been sick in a while. Like, it's crazy. And they were getting sick all the time before I started the detox and the fulvic. Like, they were sick all the time. My kids have not been sick. Like,
Yeah, that's amazing.
yeah, pretty cool. Someone else says, one more question. How many drops of fulvic for an 8-year-old?
Oh, an 8-year-old can use the adult dosage, which is 2 full droppers, but just start off with like 6 and then see how they're doing. Because if we have a little bit of a tummy ache, it's going to be bacteria dying off. All right. So, we just want them to be comfortable.
6 instead of 2 up the
6
dose?
or 6 or 8 drops.
Or not drop. Oh.
Yeah, single drops, guys, not the whole drop.
Okay.
Always single drops.
Okay, single drops.
So yeah, I would start with 8 drops, okay, a day. See how they do. See if they have any tummy aches. And then if they're good, you go right up to 2 dropperfuls. And let me say something too in terms of ASD and autism. There have been children who haven't started talking because of PBX or the drops. It was because of the fulvic, because it healed their gut.
Wow.
So yes, that's why these 3 are like
Combo.
That's what you need.
Right.
Everybody in the family.
Yeah, I won't.
I don't go a day without.
Brittany wants to know topical steroids. My son has severe eczema and possible ASD. If I detox him, will the steroids need to be stopped?
No, the steroids won't need to be stopped. However, I would really like,
I've done steroid creams that didn't help me.
I know they don't help. They're just a Band-Aid, that's all. But if it's something as a mama that you feel is necessary, keep doing it. But just detox, and no, it will not affect it.
And no one's judging you for doing both.
No.
Yeah.
I'll never judge you for anything.
Yeah, do whatever you feel the most comfortable doing for you and your kid and your children, and we're here to support you.
Amen. However I can help you.
Yeah.
With whatever you choose to do, however we can help.
Yeah. We do. We have one more. We have another question.
All right, we're cutting it off after this one. Sorry, guys. We'll be back on soon, though.
Yeah, I got a rash around my belly button. It seemed to get worse when I do castor oil packs on my abdominal. Should I stop the castor oil for a while?
That's a Herxheimer reaction. You're having toxins come out. That's what that is. So no, don't stop. But you can take a binder. That'll be helpful. Take a binder before bed. Go get yourself some citrus pectin or use the fulvic.
Or don't do as much. I would never just stop something right away. I would ease it down. When I started doing the detox and my die-off symptoms were so intense, I just went down on the drops for a couple of days and then I just pushed myself back up. But I wouldn't stop it cold turkey completely because I don't want to have to go through that whole thing again when I know deep down this is healing me.
Yeah.
Even though I'm in.
And also, Herxheimer reaction or die-off symptoms, they only last for 3 days. So
yeah, it was less than a week.
Yeah, well, she had you had a very heavy toxic load. We're talking.
And I was detoxing from chemo.
Yes,
so
you were detoxing from chemo,
different.
so of course her body's gonna go through, a little bit heavy time healing, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Jamie, Alex. It was a
Yeah,
pleasure.
thank you,
I
Jay.
learned
Yeah.
a lot. This was great.
Yeah, this was great. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for asking us questions.
We love you.
Yeah, thank you,
Nothing
Jay.
but love. We love
Yeah.
you so much, all of you.
Yeah.
I'm just here for you. Here to help.
Yeah, happy to be here. And me and Bridget do this a lot, a couple times
Yeah,
a week.
follow
If
their
you guys
page,
want
guys.
to tune in, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll love you forever. Have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine.
Happy Halloween! And chocolate has a
happy
lot of heavy metals in it, so make sure your kids are.
Yeah, spray.
Please,
Yeah.
especially Hershey's. I just did a post on my Instagram.
Yeah, no
Full
bueno.
of lead.
Really?
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Like a lot
Thank
of
you.
lead. So.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go, guys. Thank you
Okay,
so much
love you
for
guys.
joining.
Guys,
Bye.
bye.